Welcome, universe. Welcome to my world. I am only reacting to Angelina Jordan still, and today we're doing something different again. I have a very unusual favor to ask of you. I would like you to be patient with me because I'm going to come from left field before I come to home plate. I'm going to have a huge circuitous route before I get back to Angelina Jordan. So I need you to be a little patient with me. For example, first I would like to talk about the range of human abilities. Now, if I were 20-year-old and I was a marathon runner and I was able to do the 26 miles in 2.5 hours, I would know that would be very good, but I also would know that the world record is around 2 hours. So I really would have a watch. I could time myself. I could see how good I was, and it was a very, very clear measurement. If I were a 20-year-old chess player and the best in my university, I could follow a world championship game of chess and see a move that not only could I not anticipate, but even after seeing it, I could not understand it. There's a huge, huge range of gap in athletics and in chess. And in the world of singing and in the world of music, which brings us to our video, there is also a massive, massive range. Now, we're looking at four artists today doing the same song. And if you just saw the first two are excellent, absolutely excellent. But then the third and the fourth take it to a different universe and a different dimension. And it just shows you the incredible range in the world of music and the world of talent. But of course, music cannot be measured the same way that a marathon time can be. Music is more subjective. Some people will like A, some people will like B, but there's a huge, huge range in front of us. So the first two are appetizers for the main course of the second two. First, we start with I Have Nothing is a song. And the first artist is Jessie J. She's an English artist, very well known, very famous, and she does an excellent version of this song. Let's have a listen.
Share my life, take me for what I am, 'cause I'll never change all my colors for you. Take my love, I'd never ask for too much, just all that you are and everything that you do. I don't really need to look very much further. I don't want to have to go where you don't follow. I can hold it back again. This passion inside can't run from myself. There's nowhere to hide. Well, don't make me close one more door. I don't want to hurt anymore. Stay in my arms if you dare. Oh, must I imagine there? Don't look away from me, no. I have nothing, nothing, nothing if I don't have you.
Now, if that's the only version you ever heard, you'd say, that's great, that's absolutely wonderful. But the standard is just so very high. The bar is so high. Another absolutely excellent version is Ariana Grande, the American superstar, performing at the White House in front of the US president. So, again, something really special.
never change all my colors for you. Take my love, I'll never ask for too much. Just all that you are and everything that you do. I don't really need to look very much further. I don't wanna have to go where you don't follow. I will hold it back again. There's passion inside. I can't run from myself. There's nowhere to hide. Well, don't make me close one more door. I don't wanna hurt anymore. Stay in my arms if you dare. Or must I imagine you there? Away from me, I have nothing if I don't have you.
That's Ariana Grande, Killing It. Now, before we look at the main course of Whitney Houston and Angelina Jordan, two things I want to say about this song. This song is incredibly difficult to sing. Not only do you need the range, you need the variation, you need the inflection. Now, I'm not a vocal coach. I'm not a professional. So I'm just telling you where I'm coming from as a layperson. And the other thing, this song is a power ballad, but I think it's even more accurate to say this song is a soul anthem. This is where you pour your soul out, and it's almost an anthem for a certain type of generation. People say this song is in a different league itself. Now, when I watch people reacting to Angelina Jordan singing this, this is my second favorite reaction video of hers after I Put a Spell. Now, most people will watch her about to perform this video and they'll say, well, I don't know if this little girl knows what she's doing. I mean, this is a really, really difficult song. And others will say, I mean, this is not just any song. This is Whitney friggin' Houston she's taken on. But within 5 or 10 seconds of listening to this song, first-time reactors are going, tears, or they will just say, oh, I'm sorry, Angelina Jordan. How could I ever have doubted you? Now, Angelina Jordan herself, being the modest, sweet girl that she is, comes along and just says, well, I just love to sing. That's what I'm about. I just love to sing. But really, now that you and I know her, we know she is really saying, actually, I've got this song covered. This song is in my back pocket. Watch, this is what it looks like. I'm going to interweave them so you have the contrast more close.
Share my love, take me for what I am. I'll never change all my colors for you. Share my life, I'll never ask for too much, just all that you are and everything that you do. I don't really need to look very much further. I don't want to have to go where you don't follow. I will hold it back again. This passion inside can't run from myself. There's nowhere to hide. So don't make me close one more door. I don't wanna hurt anymore. Stay in my arms if you dare. Must I imagine you there? Don't walk away from me. No, I have nothing
here comes Angelina Jordan. Let's see what she's like with this song. She's only 12 here, so you'd think she's in over her head. Actually, she's 13.
Share my life, take me for what I am, 'cause I'll never change all my colors for you. Take my love, I'll never ask for too much, just all that you are and everything that you do. I don't really need to look very much further. I don't wanna have to go where you don't follow. I don't wanna hold it back again. This passion inside, I can't run from myself. There's nowhere to hide.
Now we'll go back to Whitney again.
You see through right to the heart of me. You break down the walls with the strength of your love, and I say, oh, yes, I never knew love like I've known it with you. Again, this passion inside can't run from myself. There's nowhere to hide but your love. I remember forever. Don't make me close one more door. I don't wanna hurt anymore. Stay in my arms if you dare.
Now back to Angelina again.
Break down my walls with the strength of your love. Oh, I never knew love like I've known with you. Where the memories survive. Oh, I can't hold you. I don't really need to look very much further. I don't wanna have to go where you don't follow. I don't wanna hold it back again. Passion inside, can't run from myself. There's nowhere to hide. Your love I remember forever. Don't make me close one more door. I
Now, that was Angelina Jordan, and that was Whitney Houston. Now, some of you will prefer Whitney, some of you will prefer Angelina. I happen to be an exclusive Angelina Jordan reactor, commentator. So what I would say is, I hear Whitney Houston and I hear what an incredible voice she has. With Angelina, she's on a cloud. Her voice has evaporated and she's just on a cloud. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say Angelina Jordan is better than Whitney Houston, but I also really can't say Whitney Houston is better than Angelina Jordan. But hey, isn't that what I said about Elvis? I couldn't say Angelina was better than Elvis, but I couldn't say he was better than her. You see where this is going? If she is pretty much on a par with Elvis and with Whitney Houston, this is looking pretty heavy in one heavy direction. Now, I'm going to left field again. This time, I'm going with baseball. Now, some of you may not know anything about baseball. I'll try and make this universal. 100 years ago, there was a very, very famous baseball player by the name of Ty Cobb. And he was really a connoisseur of the art of baseball. He would specialize in bunting, and he had a very impressive batting average, and he was phenomenal in stealing bases. But some people would look at him and say, hey, that's not really what baseball is all about. What about slugging? What about hitting the ball out of the park? What about home runs? And Ty Cobb said, oh, really? Is that what you want me to do? Okay. So Ty Cobb, one weekend, 2 games, he hit 5 home runs, which is a record which is still there. So this goes back to Angelina Jordan again. Some people before this song were saying, okay, Angelina Jordan, she's all very well and good, but she can't really belt out a song. She can't really stand with the divas and just knock it out of the park. No such talk after this song. This song she really showed, oh, well, yeah, I can do this, but I prefer the soft, tender voice as well. We don't just have to belt. Anyone can belt out a song. But what Angelina does in most of her other songs is just really, really special. Now, when my kids were young, very often, when I was putting them to bed, I would say to them, would you like a bedtime story? And they would say yes. And very often, I would say, okay, once upon a time in a faraway land. That would be the beginning. Now, I have a bedtime story for you. Once upon a time in a faraway land, in Hungary in the 1970s, there lived a very famous professor of education by the name of Laszlo Polgar. And he decided to do an experiment with his 3 young daughters. He decided to make all of them into phenomenal chess players. And he would sit around the dinner table when the girls were starting age 4 and 5, just as they were learning chess, and he would give them chess puzzles while they were having dinner at the age of 4 and 5. And one of them went on to be the best female chess player ever, and the other 2 weren't very far behind her. Now, you may wonder what this all has to do with our Angelina Jordan, and I'm about to show you the missing link. This is a video of Angelina Jordan, aged 18 months. This is the first recording of her, and those of you who don't have any kids, 18 months is very, very young. Watch this. This is what we're talking about. Now, I'm not going to analyze that musically, but this is very, very impressive. Now, there are 3 big differences between the chess playing girls at the age of 4 and 5 and Angelina Jordan here at the age of 18 months. One of them is the fact that 18 months is much, much younger. And I'm going to discuss the implications of that in a second. The other thing is, between music and chess, the neurologist would say, well, actually, you're using different parts of the brain, so you can't really compare them. You know, one part of the brain, chess is sort of like intellectual calculation, but music is something quite different. And the other big difference is the chess-playing girls, they were intentionally hardwired into chess. It was done very, very intentionally. With Angelina Jordan, there was never any pressure for her to become a singer. This happened much more naturally and organically, and that is a really, really big difference. Now, one thing which is important to realize is that most people, when they look at this video, they see Angelina Jordan, 18 months old, and they think of this as the starting point of her career. I want to have different spin on this. I want to look at this video as the end point of our conversation. Now, if she was doing this at 18 months old, it's not like she was just exposed to music a month or two beforehand. This is not something which just happened out of the blue. I reckon she has been exposed to music from day one, probably within a week or two of her being old, hours and hours every day. From her grandmother, from her mother, it was all around her, it was in the house, it's what she heard. And she really could have been hearing it even before she was born, even when she was in the womb. And not only was she hearing the music, but she was hearing the music when she was taking of mother's milk. She was hearing the music when she was being cuddled. So she had this really, really close association of hearing the music with being nurtured and loved. And this is what she grew up with. This is what became a part of her. So it's not to say she is an old soul or she's not an old soul, because one can't really comment on that, but one is looking at these other factors, and this is one of the reasons I reckon that she does not get nervous when she sings. It is so deeply a part of her from such a very young age. When you start something like that at a few days old, to have that exposed, it is so much more fundamental. It's like the difference between having bad timbers in your house, which can be replaced, as opposed to having decayed timbers in the foundation of your house. When it's that much more fundamental to the foundation, it's that much more profound. And the final thing I will say about this is, because it happened so very, very young, and it was so deeply entrenched with Angelina, she grew up to be a jazz singer, a singer in general, the same way she grew her arms. It just was organic with her. And that is why she has such a phenomenal talent, because it was so deeply inset in her at such a phenomenally young age. Okay, the good news is there are more videos in me yet. I have the imagination and I have the inclination, and this is great fun. Thanks for bearing with me. Okay, gang, I'm out of here. See you later. Ciao.